Joining me right now is Mahoney Asset Management CEO Ken Mahoney, UBS Financial Services Private Wealth Advisor Ali McCartney, and Andersen Capital Management Chief Investment Officer Peter Andersen. Great to see everybody this morning. Thank you so much for being here. Bitcoin falling below $57,000 on news of this Omicron variant. You say you're concerned about crypto in the long run and its impact to the global economy. Why?
Well, Maria, whenever I make an investment for a client, it's my fiduciary obligation to look into that investment and learn as much as I possibly can. And to borrow a phrase from the great Gatsby regarding crypto, you know, it's discussed by many, talked about by many, but understood by very few. And people just don't really get into the mathematics and the basis of all of crypto. And when you do, I have spent some time doing that, you come up with some very surprising conclusions. I mean, let me just give you one example. And it's hard to stay at a layperson's level when you're talking about this, but I'll give you one example. There's something called Taproot that is an enhancement and the privacy for users, all right? And the way they decided to adopt and accept Taproot was by crowdsourcing. So there's not even a formal policy group. When you want to make changes for Bitcoin, for instance, there's not a policy group that you would go to and get conformity. Instead, you just poll all the miners out there. So can you imagine, let me just give you one example of a possible disaster.
Yeah.
There's a limit on how many Bitcoin you can have, 21 million. What if people decide one day they wake up and they say, hey, you know what? I want to have 30 million. Well, just think of what impact that would have on the entire Bitcoin atmosphere out there. And so those are the things that really worry me. And, you know, I'm not saying it's going to crash now, but in several years, if this does continue to gain momentum, I think that we could have some real problematic issues.
Wow. Well, it's complete opposite from what Mark Yusko was just talking about as the economy transitions to a digital assets economy. Great insight from all of you. Ken Mahoney, Ali McCartney, and Peter Andersen, great to see you. Thank you so much for the word on Wall Street this morning.